everybody, welcome back to my channel. Happy Wednesday. I hope that you are doing very well today. I had this idea that on Wednesdays I could do sort of a WIP Wednesdays where I work on a project, on a personal project, for you guys, just to have a little extra video to do, and that way, I don't have to worry about the project. Recording it from start to finish, I don't have to worry about that. So I thought that would be fun to do, so we're gonna start doing that. It's not gonna be every Wednesday, probably just either every other Wednesday or just whenever I'm working on something. I mentioned in my last video, and like my last two videos, I think, that I have some blankets to make by the end of the month, and this is one of them. This is the Mosaic pattern that I used for the bag, although as you can see it looks very different because for the bag I did it wrong. Which I also mentioned in that video. So this is a blanket. I'm making it for a family member. My mom commissioned me to do 2 blankets for 2 separate family members' birthdays. So this is one of them. I really am very happy with the color I chose. She wanted purple. I don't know how purple this looks in the camera, but it's very purple. It's a really dark purple and then a very light purple, and I'm really happy with the colors I chose because the contrast is just so pretty. So we're gonna get started here, and I don't know how well this is gonna go considering it's not like a super big blanket, but obviously I haven't gone very far, but I don't really know how this is gonna go as far as actually crocheting it, because it might get out of hand. I might get out of the frame a lot and stuff, so we'll see how this goes. I'm like, when I do blankets in the future, I'm hopefully gonna have my room set up the way I want it so I can film in there, and I'm gonna have a little bean bag that I'll sit on that and crochet and have the camera angle that you can see my hands. So I don't know how this is gonna go on the desk, but we're gonna try to do it and just see how it goes. And then also you guys will hear me, I have to make sure I'm marking how many rows I'm doing, so after every row I have a little sticky note over here that I'm gonna mark, so you'll probably hear that. So just so you know, that's what that is. Okay. Oops. Oh, see, I gotta get used to this position. I'm already messing up a little bit here. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a bird outside, and they're being very noisy. It's a pigeon, probably. It sounds like a pigeon, and we have a lot of pigeons that like to sit on our roof all the time, so that's probably what it is. But that's really funny. But yeah, I have no idea if you can hear that because it's not like super loud, but I can definitely hear it. I don't know how sustainable this position is because my arm is already getting tired. Oops, that's the wrong stitch. But like both of the blankets have to be done at the end of the month because one of the person, not this one, but the other blanket I'm making, our birthday, is at the end of May. And then this one, her birthday, is at this position. The problem is my sister has a printer under her desk, and so it's just on a little table that's underneath, and it's in the corner, which is fine, but the way we have to have the stand for the phone to record, it doesn't go super far this way, so I have to kind of scooch myself right up against the printer. So in order to not have to rest my hands so much on the edge of the desk, I want to be a little bit more forward than I am. And in order to stay in frame nicely, I don't want to be super shoved up against it. It just makes it really difficult to get a good position to crochet in. So hopefully, I can get my desk soon and I can start filming in my own room. Be beneficial for the both of us. Alright, there we go. We got one row completed here. Hopefully I can turn it down. In the micro cow video, I put my binder up and it was really loud, even though I lowered the volume of the clip in Premiere. So I don't know why I'm not sure why it is still so loud in the actual post. Okay, just gonna touch my yarn here. I think I maybe do it a little weird, but I don't really see many crocheters doing it quite like that, so. But it's secure, so I like doing it that way. Alright, and then is it, yeah, so now we've got one drop down, one back loop row. There goes that bird again. And I don't know if the camera picked it up, but the light just did a weird thing, like a weird little flickering thing. And that hurt my eyes a bit. Wasn't very nice of it to do that. I don't want that to pull too much. Whoops. I thought that going in at an angle would be good, but I keep almost hitting the microphone. I have to keep catching myself. I just gotta scoot closer. I just forgot about that. sometimes it's just a little silly how things go. These blankets I'm not going to be selling, but the other blanket I'm making I am. I often try to make a point to not sell things that I've also made as gifts. But for the other blanket, it's one that I'm like, I don't think that she'll mind, and also like it's such a simple pattern, I feel like it's fine. Like this one is very, such a unique, like, what's the word? Like, I guess I just say pattern, but it's so unique that it's like, if I was to sell it, it feels like, well, it just kind of feels like a slap in the face. I used to do that, and then I started to feel really bad about it. But I used to do that because I used to, only have money for yarn for gifts, and now I don't have money for yarn for anything. But I used to make solely gifts. Like when I first started my business, I would make so many gifts that I'm like, if I didn't post these gifts to my website, I wouldn't have anything on my website. But I think, but nowadays I'm like, I try not to make things as gifts that I also sell, unless someone specifically wants it, and I just don't. I feel like letting them have it, instead of making them pay for it. So, but the main point is, I just want, I want my gifts to actually be special, and I don't feel like they'd be as special if I also sold the same exact thing, And like, that's not to say that I don't make each and everything I make with love, but it's just, I'm sure that makes more sense than I feel like it makes, but this one, I think I mentioned it in my bag video, is I used this pattern for my mom's birthday blanket. So it was already like a gift, but so I mean, she'd probably be okay with me also selling these. But I also am like, for this pattern, the blanket kind of takes me a bit too long. It would just be, and the yarn is a lot, so I think it'd just take me a bit too long and a bit too much money. Blankets already are really expensive. They're the most expensive items on my website, so I just try to keep that to a minimum, because my stuff is already pretty a pretty big penny there. But it's like homemade items like this are a luxury, so while I would like for everyone to be able to afford my items, I also value my work, and in that same vein, if I lowered my prices and devalued my work, that would affect other crocheters in the industry, because people would see like, my prices are so low, so why aren't everyone else's prices so low? It just devalues the craft. just in case anybody was wanting one of these. I mean, if you want one, my commissions are open. I do take commissions. So you can just, you can go to my website or my Instagram or my TikTok and just, you can either DM me on Instagram or TikTok, or you can go to my website and in the corner there's a little contact us button and it'll send you to an email form and you can commission me that way. But I do take commissions for a 2% fee. But just so you know, that's the thought. A little plug there for that. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit out of frame there, but not all the way, but mostly. Sorry, like I've said before, like my instinct is to just bring it closer to myself because it just makes it easier to do. But that's not quite what I want, is it? So, I honestly, I don't know how long I'm gonna end up doing this for, but we'll see. There's my roommate's phone again. That thing is loud. And I told him that, and he goes, "It's not that loud." I was like, "Yes, it is." I was like, "You can hear it all the way in the bedroom, in the microphone." I think it's just because it echoes. That's probably why, but, Okay, now we're starting our next row here. But yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know how long I'm gonna end up filming for, but I wanna get, I will be crocheting this for a while anyway, so I want to get a decent amount of rows done. I'm almost finished with the other blanket. I don't know if I'll be doing a video on that one, because honestly, by the time, I could just film one, but I need to film another video for Friday, and then, so, I'm not actually filming this on Wednesday. Little secret, I'm not actually filming this on Wednesday. I'm filming this on Sunday. And then the video that I actually film on Wednesday will be for Friday. And the video that I filmed and the video that I posted, that I'm posting tomorrow on Monday, I filmed on Thursday. It's a little bit of a mess, but also, I'm so sorry, like, in all the videos for this, but my sister's chair is so squeaky, genuinely, and I don't know, I know you can hear it a couple of times in other videos, but, yeah, it's pretty squeaky, so I wanted to apologize for that. I don't know, there's not really much I could do about that until I get my own, so I'm just waiting on some money that I can get my stuff. The story of my life, I'm waiting on some money. So let's just did one. Would not have been good. But like you can see now that I'm doing it right, I did the bag so wrong. I don't know how I managed that. I think I outlined, I was thinking that the repeat was a lot smaller than it is. Or something. I don't know what I did, but I said in the last video, I think, that I was like, you're not gonna see this specific bag with this exact pattern on the website because I did it wrong. So I'm doing the other versions right, and then I'll post those ones. Cause like the pattern that I ended up having on that bag when I did it wrong wasn't like ugly or anything. I thought it was cute, and I'm gonna give that back to my sister because she really wants it. She likes it a lot, so I'm just gonna make a shoulder strap for her. But like I think it's not what the pattern is supposed to be. And I think because of that also, if I forget how I managed to mess that up the way I did, then I'm just kind of screwed. Because I don't have a pattern for the way I did it. So I don't know how I did it. I mean, I can guess, but anyway. The point is, I'm going to do them like this instead. And I much prefer that. But for those bags, I'm gonna have different color variations, and then for the body, and then for the pattern for the accent color, I'm going to have a choice between light gray, dark gray, or black or white. I think that probably, although I'm not sure on the light gray, because the light gray I have is kind of just close to white, but we'll see. Actually, I'm lying, that's not true. The light gray I have isn't that close to white, actually, because I don't have light gray. I'm thinking I've been doing a bunch of color palettes for my Heart Stripes blanket and for the blanket that I'm making, the other one, so that when I post it, I have different color variations that you can pick from. But I don't have light gray. I have Stonewash, and the Stonewash is a bit darker. The Stonewash is between the light gray and the I can't remember the name of the dark gray, but the dark gray is charcoal, or not charcoal, graphite. Anyway, see that? The Heart Stripes blanket has a decent amount of color variations now to pick from. That's fine. The blanket I'm making now is gonna have probably way too many, but it's because I wanted to have some like fun random palettes, and then I wanted to have monochromatic gradients kind of thing going. So it's just gonna have a ton of different color options, which is fine. I don't mind, but I think sometimes people don't really like having that many options, because I mean, I get it, like there's my roommate's phone again. I get it, like I personally don't like having too many choices because I get choice paralysis bad. Like when I'm choosing colors I use an app called Coolers to make my color palettes, because when I am crocheting and I'm starting a new project and I'm trying to find colors that I want to do for that project, unless I know the exact colors I want to do, I get choice paralysis so bad. Like even when I know the colors that I want to do, I get choice paralysis, because it's like, do I want like this super vibrant but light purple, or this kind of like desaturated very dark purple? But you know, like, so I get really picky about my colors, so I just get into choice paralysis. I'm like, oh, I don't know. Like even when I was doing my mood blanket, my sister didn't come into the store with me when she dropped me off, so I had to, because we were just riding in the car together. Technically she didn't drop me off, technically I drove there, but when we were there, she didn't come into the store with me, and still I had to FaceTime her to be like, hey, help me pick these colors. I speak, oh my gosh, I really struggle with choosing colors. I really do. You know? Is what it is, though, you know? What's interesting to me about this blanket, by the way, is that the rows take me the same amount of time as the other blanket to do. Like, each row for both of these blankets takes me about 10 minutes to do. A little less if, you know, I'm on my game. Honestly, actually, it's way less for this blanket when I'm in bed rather than sitting on the desk really in an awkward position like this. It's not helping for my speed. But anyway, the point is, they both take me about the same amount of time to do each row, and yet I'm so much further in the other blanket. Like, this one is just not very far at all. I think that's just a little funny. But anyway. I mean, I did start this one later. But I've worked on them about the same amount of time in, like, afterwards, but, well, is what it is, I guess. Probably if I wasn't talking so much, I would be going a little bit faster, but it's okay. Whoops. I was editing my video that's posting tomorrow, Monday. That's probably weird to say. I was editing the tier list video though, and I realized while I was editing it, I was like, bro, like, I didn't put any of the classics in here. Like, I did not put the Grainy Stitch or this, the Mosaic. I didn't do, like, I don't know what I was thinking, but I put, like, such random stitches in there for that. Maybe I could do a part 2. There's so many cream cheese. What the heck did I do that? Oh my goodness. Okay, we'll just leave that, because we could pull it. But I'm like, maybe I could do part 2. You know? For some reason, me saying, you know, got gnarly by Cat's Eye stuck in my head. If you know what I'm talking about, let me know how you feel about that song. Because I know there's a lot of discourse around it. But honestly, I can't lie, it's growing on me. I still think, like, the intro beginning verse there is kind of whack, but the rest of it is kind of growing on me. Someone commented on a TikTok I saw yesterday about it. It was just them performing it for, what's that channel called? I can't even remember, where they, like, line up and do the choreo. If you're into K-pop, you know what I'm talking about. But someone commented on that on a TikTok of that video, and said I'm being indoctrinated by choreography. Or brainwashed, I think it was actually. I think they said I'm being brainwashed by choreography. And I think that's how I feel too. Because I really, really like the choreography. But I didn't really like the song at first, and now it's growing on me, so I think I think it's just the choreography. I'm like, I love the chorus. If you can even call it that. It's not really a chorus, but it is a chorus. But anyway, I like the instrumental. But Schrodinger's chorus. Anyway, but I like the instrumental. But I think it needs like a good rap or something on top of it. And maybe like, I don't know, I really like the choreo and I like the instrumental. And I think the one verse that goes obvi, they be trying to copy, that one, I like that one. But I don't really like any of the other verses. I think like hottie hottie like a bag of Tuckies, I think that's weird. I don't know. And like I know like gnarly isn't necessarily used to describe something that's good. It's not really a word. It's a word that means both like cool and like gross, or you know, like it's a word that can have both meanings. But I feel like a Tesla shout out with the current state of the world is a little, you know, like I think it's a little not really very aware. I know it's like the song was not written by Cat's Eye, like it's an old song by the Chainsmokers, and that lady, is her name Alice? Oh my god, I can't remember. Anyway, they did that. I know it's not like Cat's Eye's original song, but, and I know like the idea is like to make fun of LA people, but I think it doesn't really hit its mark very well for me. But maybe I don't know, maybe I'm just reading too much into it, and I'm just supposed to enjoy it as a silly little song, because that's kind of what it is. My sister's dog is gonna start snoring here in a second. I can just feel it. He's getting some big breaths over there. But anyway, that's just my 2 cents on gnarly. I don't know if anyone else, you know, feels the same way or anything, but kind of just it's just a bit of an absurd song. So I think like a couple of different changes to the lyrics would be nice. Like I think the clean version is better, and I think that's the popular consensus on that, is that the clean version is better. But I think some of the lyrics are just weird, gnarly, you could say. What am I doing? Holy crap. I just did like 6 single crochets in a row. That's not how the pattern goes at all. Oh my goodness. By the time you see this, I will have taken my dog to the vet for like a skin. Don't worry about him. Like he's got like a skin infection or something. He's not like dying, hopefully. But I'll let you know how that went in the next video for sure. that song is still stuck in my head. I'll tell you what though, it has been a long week. Not even to say like anything bad has happened, but some bad stuff happened. But like I'm waiting for some mail that hasn't come yet, and that's been really frustrating, and simultaneously the days have been really long but also really short. And because of these blankets, I feel like I haven't gotten anything done. I've just been crocheting all day, every day. So, and that didn't even start until like Wednesday. Yeah. We bought the yarn on Wednesday, and then I filmed my micro crochet cow video. And so I didn't even start the blankets until 6-Day Blankets by Betty McNitt. And I guess technically the Afghan size isn't the 6-Day, the kid size is the 6-Day. But I do the Afghan size in 6 days anyway, because I'm pretty fast at crocheting, and then also I am unemployed, so I have nothing better to do. So I just crochet all day, every day. Spend like 6 to 7 hours on that, and then 6 to 7 hours on this, and then I go to sleep, and it's like, obviously not straight, there's like breaks in between, but it's, yeah, that's my life right now, basically, which I guess is why it has felt so, like, just, just so very, like, slow but fast all at once, because it's like, when I'm actually doing it, sometimes the rows feel like they go on forever, but it's only like 10 minutes, it's not that long, so, I don't know, just is what it is for that. So, but I'll probably be able to finish everything but the border on the other blanket tomorrow. I might actually, I don't know, I don't want to cut it close, but I was gonna say I might wait until Wednesday to do that so that I can film. But I don't want to push it too much, because they are on a time crunch here. But I did want to film that one since I'm also going to be selling it, but I should have just done that today, but it's kind of big also now. Like, it's way bigger than this one. Sorry, that was my sister's dog. I don't know if you could hear that, but he's sleeping, so he's making noise. But this one is gonna be really heavy. Mosaic crochet, honestly, it gets really heavy. So, which makes sense. I mean, it's basically a single crochet blanket, and you're stacking single crochets on top of each other. So, a single crochet blanket, in and of itself, is kind of heavy, because it's a lot more yarn than like a double crochet, because the stitches are more compact, and then so it's not as loose, and then you need more rows in order to make it the same size. So, and then with Mosaic, you're kind of stacking it on top of itself, so it makes it way more compact, and when something's more compact rather than spread out, it's way more heavy. So, if that is like how you say that, I don't know. Yeah, it's been a long time since I took any kind of class like that, so I don't actually know what the proper terminology for that is, but I'm sure you get what I mean by that. But oh my gosh. But anyway, so I don't know. The other one is so much longer that it's just like, even though it's light, it would be really awkward, I think, to crochet it on the desk. I'd have to either angle the camera so you could see in my lap and just do it in my lap, or just not do it at all. But I will make that decision later. Oh, what the heck? I started doing threes. What's happening? Why did I start doing threes? Oh my gosh, I have to go back. That's crazy. I didn't even notice I was doing that. Wow. Wow. Goodness. Usually first time I've done 3 when I was supposed to be doing 1. That's kind of weird. Anyway. That's funny. rest of them. So the one that I did for the video is not the one that's going to be posted. And if you're someone who liked the way the one in the video looked better, you know, you can always commission me to do it that way. I think I'd be able to. I think it's pretty obvious what I did wrong, actually. I was saying earlier that I don't know how I did that, but if I think about it for a second, I know exactly how I did that. So, but anyway, point is, I don't really know how I didn't see it at the time. The desk feels really shadowy.